Brothers, let me take this opportunity to say thank you to those of you who have taken the time to view the videos that I've sent out over the last month. I hope that they have been a source of inspiration to you in your ministry. As I thought about it, I realized that while I have introduced some out-of-the-box concepts, perhaps some of you might need a glimpse of our service offerings. In particular, in case you did not get a chance to see my leadership training module during the 2014 National Lectureship held in Atlanta entitled The Value of Data, I want to show you how valuable data really is. I want to introduce to you Snapshot in this video. With Snapshot, now you can make informed decisions. Why do I say that, you ask? How do you make decisions about your work? Do you remember the comedy routine by Abbott Costello entitled, Who's on First? Having served as youth minister for 100 years and associate minister, I know I don't look that old, but I recall that sometimes confused state of not knowing what to do or how to improve my service to those whom I had been tasked to watch. As relates to your congregation, do you know who's on first? How do you make ministry decisions without truly knowing who you are? How can you decide what the needs of your congregation are without an accurate assessment of what your makeup is? This is where Snapshot comes in. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Allow me to share with you some statistics, that is snapshots, from a few of our actual consulting engagements. And by the way, the names have been withheld for privacy's sake. This chart shows the makeup of a singles group broken out by single, never married, and single again. Notice that 54% of this group fall into the single again category. How might this information be helpful, you ask? Well, given the high number of single again, this might be an indication that more emphasis be given to your singles ministry in the area of helping your single, never married segment know how to choose the right mate. It could also be an indication that there is a need for more or improved premarital counseling among those singles who decide to get married. Another possibility is that there is a need for more emphasis on the married couples within your congregation. All of this from just one piece of data. Wow. Next, let's take a look at the status of this same singles group. Of the 48 who completed the survey, 23 or 48% are divorced. 1 is cohabiting, 2 chose not to declare, 2 are widowed, 19 are single, never married, and 1 is separated. Now, time will not allow me to speak to all of the ramifications with this data, but I'm sure your mind is already at work as you realize the value of this data. Regarding the age range of this singles group, the data reveals that of those surveyed, there were none who were less than 20 within the group. Those who are 20 to 24, there was 1, 25 to 29, 2, 30 to 34, 3, 35 to 39, 8, and finally, for those above 40 years of age, 35 or 72% make that group up. The breakout as it relates to gender is as follows. There were 10 males and 39 females, which means that 80% of this singles group are female, which, by the way, is pretty typical of the singles groups that we have worked with around the country. What might each of these charts indicate? Well, this chart shows how many in each category have children. Noteworthy here, obviously, is the single never married, of which 3 of them have children. I need not tell you what implications this factoid carries. For time's sake, I will flip by these next slides of the singles group so that I can show you a few others. Considering marriage or remarriage by gender, the same category based on divorced or never married. And look at this one. 9 or 18% within this group indicated that they were cyber dating, and another 12 or 25% indicated that it was a possibility for them, and 9, that is 18%, chose not to answer the question. Brothers, do we need to mention how scary this is for your members? Here is cyber dating by gender, cyber dating possible by gender. Now let's look at topic interest. Notice 21% are interested in talking about abstinence. 3% are interested in talking about abusive relationships, 16% in cyber dating, 28% life balance, 4% indicated other topics that were not listed in the survey, 15% wanted to talk about self-love, and 13% wanted to talk about single parenting. quickly, let's look at statistics from another congregation from a total membership perspective. This is a snapshot of the sisters within the congregation by age range. This is the same data for the brothers within that congregation. This chart represents a snapshot of the congregation as a whole, both brothers and sisters, by age range. This next chart is quite compelling as it shows the percentage of brothers versus sisters, namely 61% of this congregation is female and 39% are male. Of the 210 members of this congregation, 85 are single. This chart shows that means that 40% of this congregation are single. How does this affect your approach to ministry if you're serving this congregation? This is a snapshot of the youth of the congregation by age range, and this is the gender breakout of the youth. As it relates to Bible class attendance of this congregation, here is a snapshot. For Sunday morning, 46 of the 210 members attend, meaning 164 members are absent. For Wednesday evenings, 41 members are in attendance, meaning 169 are absent. So the obvious question is, where are they? But an even more compelling question is, who are they? Another snapshot, another way of viewing the data is presented here, which shows the percentage absent and present for Sunday school. Only 22% of the congregation's adults, 78% absent. For Wednesday evening, 20% in attendance and 80% absent. How could you use this data? Brothers, this is a mere sampling of the data collected using a search snapshot. A picture is worth 1,000 words. A detailed report, which includes our objective observation and interpretation of the data, is presented to your leadership along with recommendations. If this very compelling information has piqued your interest, I will be expecting a phone call or an email from you. As an incentive, the first minister or elder to contact me will get a free snapshot for either your singles, your married couples, or your youth. Who wants to get started? Let me encourage you to act quickly while this is fresh on your mind. Take care, and may God continue to bless you and your work. I would love to be included in your efforts to enhance your service to those whom you've been tasked to watch. Your virtual assistant has arrived and is awaiting your approval to get started. My contact information is on your screen. Brothers, don't delay. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. God bless you. God bless your work. Goodbye.